Looks like we're getting a little swap here. Bracket says one thing, but our players say another. Meechole is sat back down, and we're going to Meechole Ooda instead.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Sure. That'll clear in Lorana. This is going to be a flat boosting beast.
And now I just need to see Ooda be like more consistent with some of their, generally speaking, like some of their routing. I know that they're like a huge fan of like air grab resets, of like trying to represent down air on platform more often than not. But gotta get the Rivals 2 muscle memory out. Up tilt is not as good a button.
You say he needs to get the Rivals 2 muscle memory, but here he is in top 8.
I mean, you know, Ooda's also very good.
True! True! I don't remember what he was in RCS Season 8, but definitely no slouch when it comes to being a veteran of the game.
Yeah, they've been around for a minute and a half. Big back air.
Old Head still got it, but right now Meechole is coming in hot with this aggression.
Yeah, locking down Ooda when they're pretty much just playing like full hop mix-up, right? It's between full hop down air, full hop nair, and then mix in like a landing button in between all of that. So it's like a down tilt, a jab, etc. Trying to find a different pickup. F tilt, no tipper. Getting a little too close though, and not able to put out the hitbox before the needles come down. That's 52% and climbing bit by bit. These needles and poison stacks do quite a bit of extra damage as long as stocks can go long. Ooda rolling through, trying to play off of this as much as possible. F tilt forward air. And I love Meechole's movement. You called it out earlier, but like it bears repeating. Meechole's movement is just so good.
Did you see that turnaround needle boost into the back air on stock 1? Mm-hmm. It's insane.
Chef's kiss, to be sure.
I'm also wondering if Ooda doesn't, like you said, Ooda might still have some of that R2 muscle memory. And we have some plat boost here, but we're not seeing a lot of that crazy platform movement that Claren is known for. But she needs to get a lot of her crazy extensions.
Ooda barely missing on some of these parries. Up tilt comes down. No sour spot, no sweet spot conversions yet. Putting jabs, just trying to see if Meechole is ever going to encroach a little too haphazardly. But so far hasn't been the case. It's all been just nickels and dimes, but no dollar on either side. Back air, not going to do it. 173 and still holding on here on Tower 11.
After, like, what point does, like, percent really matter? When you start getting around to, like, 100, 110, 90 even, and you're basically even after a certain point.
Yeah, this is, relatively speaking, just about what you expect. Like, you're just holding on and just waiting to see what comes up after.
Unfortunately for Meechole there, that weird sour spot on the F-tilt not DIing correctly. Are we going to see a forward air? No, we're going to see Trey Wayland with the jab. Unlike Hen, Ooda is not flinching right now, and they're doing a great job building up this extra credit, living on borrowed time. The upstrong is going to take it.
You just got to let it rip like that. Playing around burst range is everything when it comes to this game because of like the various movement and the fact that holding a position is a whole lot harder for a majority of characters. You only have a parry. Parry or roll are your only real like stationary defensive options. And roll isn't even that stationary. So putting out a Dacus, sometimes all you need in order to get the ball rolling. Tipper on that nair, but the tech goes for it all with a huge platform read. That's tough. That's tough to miss.
I respect Ooda so much for playing so patient there. Oh my goodness. Right now, Meechole trying to go for the crazy tongue sling wall jump, and Downstrong is going to do it for game 1.
Waited forever in order to find any opening. Ooda playing as patient as possible, and at the very point where you think, here I can play at least a little bit of a scramble, that's when Meechole finds the parry just in the nick of time. That just barely able to squeak out the comeback in game number 1. Meechole willing to play the long game as Ooda sets the tempo, but on the the treetop hideout, it's a little bit harder to get in and out of dangerous situations. These platforms are oblong and very useful, but also just way more condensed on the center of the stage. Man, oh man, the mix-ups are happening. The percentage doesn't really say any different thus far. A couple down tilts into jab. Try for the trade, no dice. Yeah, you can't be getting away with all of those simple recoveries at this point from, or rather simple edge guards from Ooda. Like down tilt is always going to be tech and you're potentially punished for it.
Yeah, for sure. But right now, kind of just back and forth game, pretty even, all things considered. Back air is going to both hit Rano and the bubble to take out Meechole's first stock.
Barely air dodging through on that up tilt. I mean, Ooda in pretty firm control here, and this is kind of what you expect in a matchup like this. And like, Rano does all the movement, has all the tricks and all the traps that come at you at various diagonals, or to really control the space at which is being played in the macro. But in these micro interactions, it's really hard to deal with Claren's simple pokes, whether it be between down air, nair, down tilt, jab, and etc. That's what Ooda's just trying to represent. Like, as soon as you get into this a vaguely similar threat range, that's when the swings are starting to play.
Meechole struggling to fight through this kill. Ooda, like you said, Ooda is doing a great job of playing at these awkward ranges. Oh, not necessarily outside of Meechole's burst range, but something to where it's reactable if he does go for it. Downer is going to do it. Tech Invincible Bagger is going to take that first stock, though.
There you are. Not where you want to be if you're in Rano's shoes, though. His non-existent shoes. Oh, no, he does have shoes. All the same, though, you're not trying to play the straight hit game, because this can happen. Like, the instantaneous dack is there from Ooda just to confirm off of a sour fare. Like, those are the type of like long straight hit oriented game that Claren is absolutely willing to play. Every tip or down tilt is just free damage, and conserving and cutting off these extra lanes with every reposition that Ooda has been doing. Perfect. No dice.
You can hear Willow from the production room.
I know. It gets defensive with every passing moment of trying to shark under this, but that's where Claren down air can be such a problem.
Yeah, you gotta crouch. To avoid it when she's above the plat like that. Multi-jab coming out, but the grab into the nair. Interesting. Surprised we didn't see an up-strong there. No tipper on the F-strong, though. Meechole's able to gallivant over, and side special sweet spot is gonna take that game. We're both on the board now. We're in best of 3 territory.
The crowd is kind of killing me a little bit. The excitement is certainly there for both sides, but the kind of way that Meechole ended up getting caught in a game like that is by holding too much positive space and trying to represent so much of it with movement. Claren just was able to slowly but surely inch forward and positively react and take all of that space, a little bit of space, bit by bit while moving forward. And then that would constantly make Meechole want to reposition, while Ooda's response to any of Meechole's movement would be, actually, I'm going to stand still and force you to deal with me, and you have to deal with that instead. It's a very interesting dynamic, especially in a Rivals 1 type game, which is so movement happy, for Ooda's adaptation to be, actually, I'm not going to really move all that much.
That was a lot, and you just did a great job of putting that into words. Game 2, another great platform moving stage. Up-strong sweet pot going to catch Claren at the tip of her up special.
Down to all those tilt boosts. typically speaking, playing a little bit more stalwart, a little bit more defensive, it only really works at its most effective when your opponent is willing to engage with you, which requires you more often than not to have a lead. So while you're certainly locking down ledge here as Ooda, any opportunity to get right back into center stage, that was greedy. But we found the bubble, but it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. You're fighting too fast.
Big for Ooda here to get to an even stock, and even more so to find this initial hit.
The baby dashes quickly evening on the percent. Gonna down tilt while Meechole goes for the tongue. I wonder if Meekole's gonna recognize that it's like, okay, Ooda's not really moving. I need to like kind of pester him, throw out tools, like use my needles. So it's not like that. But unfortunately, that needle got parried. Just kind of like force Ooda to do something. And, you know, while I still have this lead.
That's kind of what needles are meant to do in a matchup like this. You're not going toe for toe with Clarence disjoints. Like, needles expand your effective range. But we've been seeing plenty of the charge movement, but not too much like effective use of needles as an actual offensive tool. It's all just been to reposition, to move, to set something up without at least much of a clean follow through. That's a nice forward air, and at least to okay, you know what?
Flying too fast yet again.
Just putting out the forward strike.
I guess we're going tit for tat.
Sometimes it's nice to let it rip. Okay, down strong, no tipper. Not going to close down the stock.
No, that's attack.
Close but no cigars. Just jabbing the bubble out of the way.
As much as like Rivals 1 doesn't have a ledge, it has a ledge.
Yeah, the ledge play is incredibly specific. Okay.
Ooh, that'll do it.
Okay,
Don't even need a sweet spot for that.
Fully charged on the down strong. Ooda not risking anything. Actually going for a high recovery. Kind of a uninduced mix-up there. Didn't see Meechole trying to cover low, but kind of committed to it anyway. Big parry for an opportunity, but the forward air doesn't do anything further. Ooda starting to get a little bit more mobility focus, playing the reaction tech chase game. Oh no, didn't turn around F tilt, instead got dash attack. Okay, hold strong there as the finish.
We are approaching kill percent on both players, and down strong is not going to do it quite yet. It in purple, it's not guaranteed. Oh, but this is a bad spot. Uses the up special 2 to throw off Meechole. Doesn't get parried. Able to reestablish stage control.
Ooh, that's not it.
Ooh, but if your recovery does have a needle on him, and Ooda is slowly climbing in percent.
Oh, that edge cancel is so huge. More just to keep Meechole on the ground while landing, putting out in there once.
Where is he going?
Oh, he's going all the way to center stage, but the tipper back air mid-screen. Yet these blast zones are huge. The corners are massive, and you gotta find the finish. And thus, Meechole lets the Dacus rip and closes down the final stock of game number 3. A barn burner, to be sure. The pace of play was in Ooda's court across the entire set. Things are going long, but as the length of the game expands, it opens up more and more windows to those burst type of plays, and Meechole's been showing time and time again he's willing to let it rip.
Yeah, no, it's like biggest adaptation in like his from his set. His head was like head would flinch when he would go out jab, needle, stuff like that. Ooda's not flinching, so he has to. He's been able to quickly make that adaptation. It's still very close, but
oh yeah. The narrowness of which every neutral interaction is won and every kill is found more often than not is indicative of that, to be certain. 2-1 set count is still it goes. Jules Veil as the counter pick, and we're seeing exactly why right from the jump and exactly why the stage was left open. Meechole again gets to represent a very consistent, very accessible platform, but Ooda at the same time has a lot more depth in the corner now because the platform movement is so alluring when on defense.
For sure, and we're approaching upper hundreds on the percent here, but the parry on the Dacus, just let it rip. Unfortunately, it seemed a little too predictable. Meechole was able to get quite a few stocks with that over the course of this set, so Ooda's probably expecting it now. choosing to be careful with our recovery. Unfortunately, Meechole was right on top of it.
Dash that in, that's a big down tilt to pick up, but behind to the platform and putting out a parry. It's been the defensive option. It's the defensive option in Rivals 1. Like, finding windows to parry is everything. We're going to see both players try and find more and more of them. And certainly plenty reward as it goes by. Jab down tilt. Oh, I love that jab up tilt pickup on the DI hard up in
Like, if you think Rano's down tilt is a good move in Rivals 2, it's even better in this game. It's a scoop in this game.
It's it's a safe low poking launcher. on Rano, whose crouch is insane.
Has a really good baby dash and a really good jab.
This character's pretty good.
This character is really good.
Oh no, tries for dash attack bounce strong, but didn't react to the DI in time, and didn't react to DI in time. That forward air, sour spot, taking the stock. Meechole again on a chance to get into the next set, to make his way into top 4 right here, right now, if he can take this stock off of Ooda. Ooda on the survival stock, meanwhile. Up, and putting Meechole on their last stock of game number 4, trying to break their way forward. Down tilts and jabs, chaining across the stage, holding the corner, commits to the jump read. And Meechole just holds ground, holds steady on this platform, waiting for the window, and there it is, Nemi. There it is, and then you spent it all.
You know what?
Cashed out.
You know what? I respect it. You've got one more game to play around with. If you know that you can put yourself in the driver's seat, I respect it. That was.
I mean,
we're at this point. We're here for the love of the game.
That's true. That's true. Okay, that's fair enough. I don't love the hard commitment to burning it all, and when you had like such a premier combo, and then you can just play the long game against Claren in this game, which is typically the way you want to play when Claren's off stage. But you know what? For the fans.
He's got the boys and the girls and the Technicolor rainbow in between. I mean, go for it. Go for it. But game 5 here, your winner makes it into top 4. This is scary.
This is very spooky. Winner of this, the decision for the winner of this has already been decided. Fennec was able to take the win over Bicycle in 4 games. Excuse me, Bicycle sits in, or excuse me, Fennec sits in losers semifinals. Just got to see who they're going to be joining in order to complete our top 4 quartet. And then we're going to Frozen Fortress for the final.
Interesting counter pick. I mean, it definitely worked well in his set versus Hen. I haven't watched a lot of Meechole today. I've mostly just been around on making sure people are able to play the game. But coming off strong, about a 70% lead. Gonna get the up special. Unfortunately, not the sweet spot, and this stage does have a pretty high ceiling. But the charge that time, Ooda not flinching, unfortunately biting him.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It seemed like Meechole was intentionally trying to play around parry there, hence the charge on the upstrong, but just looked like Ooda didn't quite react in time all the same. That alone just kind of colors the rest, could color the rest of this game, depending on how far Meechole is able to snowball, missing the Dacus conversion, putting out a parry, putting out a side B as well, just Ooda throwing everything at the wall, and unfortunately for them, nothing is sticking. The flat drop there. We're choosing to play it so one Dacus, and then that super jump there with so few resources. We can get to the wall just in time, yet no finishing of the stock. 115, but you're on screen.
Ooda does have another chance at life here. Down strong isn't going to do it because of no tipper. Here, throwing out the bubble, trying to force Meechole to make these committal movement options. Unfortunately for Ooda, Meechole's just been so great at conserving his jump, and back throw into the tipper is going to do it. I know this is Rivals 1, but shades of gray.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that Claren's back throw is the way that it is, because that's how it was in Rivals 1. Tech roll in, and that's going to get called out.
The Dacus.
Meechole shifted, played a very far step back, after that tech chase opportunity and let the Dacus rip because he knew he could cover it. Meechole up whole stock. Survival stock for Ooda. Set stock for Meechole if he can just take this. But, of course, you got to make it back to stage first, which is no problem after that. Ooh.
Not really. Well, another thing is, like, just not really going out far on the edge guards. And you mentioned it earlier, but even when he is an advantage, he's not really going for, like, forward-facing moves. Ooh, bad parry for Ooda.
Parrying the needles. You're right there. Like, I want to see these, like, deeper chances off stage. I want to see, like, Ooda attempt to push here, and because you got to push the envelope. That dash attack effectively doing that, you know, it wasn't an edge guard, but you do have to make some plays when you're down a full stock. 60% doable here. You can find one tipper and you can chain them together. And of course, you can make Rano severely work for it on a stage like this. Couple forward airs, tries for the tipper F tilt, no dice, missing the wavelet. That's A-okay. Hiding under this platform, but the platform there. Meechole letting it rip again. You know that there is going to be those opportunities for massive whiff punishes if Meechole gets another chance to be in the driver's seat. Do not let him do that. Ooda finding one downer. Dash attack again, covering all this space. Nair up to lets it rip, and the parry!
Corner, but the positions are swapped. Yet again, we are fighting for center stage control, looking for this kill option.
Oh, another plat drop back here, but Ooda is still holding steady. Air dodging
Great
so
use
slow.
of the air
oh,
dodge,
no
but
resources.
Oh, that forward steel too could be huge.
Meechole lets the roll, waits out the parry, is waiting another one of those, a back air, but the tech chase is off the mark. Ooda jumps in that, he jumps again. They're jumping all after each other, but
we are looking to see who blinks first, and right now that back air is a kill. Sparks are starting to fly.
Well, but you get all those resources back down to RTC F tilt.
Ooh, that could be huge. Ooh, down air, gonna get the tech, but ooh, misses the down tilt.
But it's a jab.
Great jab check from Meechole.
Oh, but every one of these stray hits is always going to favor Claren. The stray hit game is typically in her favor.
Oh, but he misses the Dacus!
Oh, it was just barely off the timing here, Nemi. We're seeing both these two put everything at the wall and then some. The bubble is out trying to play off of it.
Oh, but the Nair is going to do it! That's what Ooda's been looking for this entire time.